Alrighty, hello everyone. My name is Gavin Kreitmeir, and today I will be doing my presentation on the photographer Zig Jackson, or better known his artwork, Indian on a Mission Bus, 1994. Okay, so today we'll be looking into Zig Jackson's powerful photograph, Indian on a Mission Bus, 1994. This photo includes a native man sitting on a bus surrounded by a bunch of obviously non-looking native people. This picture is actually a part of a photo album done by Jackson called Indian Man in San Francisco. While Jackson has obviously plenty of photos, albums, and artwork to choose from, through my research, I found this photo to be the best well represented as far as our class and course themes go. So in this presentation, I'm going to be talking about the connection this photo has to the concepts of survivance, stereotypes, and the cultural appropriation. Now that we got that out of the way, we'll get into the background information of not only the picture, but the creator himself, Zig Jackson. Alrighty, so now that we're done with that, we're going to go on to the background information of Indian on a Mission Bus and Zig Jackson himself. So Zig Jackson grew up in Fort Berthold Indian Reservation in North Dakota. Zig Jackson, also known as the Rising Buffalo, which was his Indian name that he was given, is a Native American photographer. While he grew up in the Indian Reservation in North Dakota, he was also a part of three different tribes: the Mandan, Hidasta, and the Arikara Nation. Jackson has always had a thing for art as well. Jackson even said in one of his biographies, "For as long as I can remember, art has been my passion." So through Zig Jackson's all of his art and his pictures, he tries to portray the picture of going against stereotypes, the themes of survivance and cultural appropriation, like I already touched on. But Zig Jackson's art is important because it changes how people see Native Americans as a whole. Normally, you would see Native Americans in on horses or doing dances or doing the things that their culture calls for. So what Zig Jackson did is he placed a Native American looking man in a non-traditional setting to help reject stereotypes and cultural appropriation and things like that. So this makes people think about what they believe about Native Americans and realize that Native Americans are part of today's world. His photo helps us understand Native Americans' identity better and respect their culture. I think either way, this photo has a bigger impact than just visually. So following off of that, we're going to be going into the impact that Indian on a Mission Bus 1994 had on just its audience in general. So here we have the photo again. So when you look at Indian on a Mission Bus 1994, there's not a lot going on with the picture, but there's a whole story being told right behind the picture. There's no sound or movement, obviously, it's a photo. But what we can pull from the picture is it seems as if the picture was meant to be kept simple. It's black and white, everyone is sitting, there's not a lot of motion or commotion to keep you distracted from the picture. So everyone in this picture seems to be avoiding eye contact with the native on the bus. You can see in the picture the Native American looks out of place, but rather doesn't really seem to care that he's out of place. The man's clothing is a blend of traditional and contemporary styles, styles, which shows the act of maintaining cultural identity in the so modern world that he's in right now. The position of the photographer also matters. Jackson likely chose this angle and picture to highlight certain things, like the fact that he sticks out completely compared to everyone else. It also raises the question, like, is the man isolated in the frame or is he interacting with others? All of these details can further emphasize the theme of culture exchange. Ultimately, I think Zig Jackson, has an important message behind each and every one of his pictures, especially Indian on a Mission Bus 1994. I think Jackson wants to tell his viewers to consider the nature of Native identity and the impact of historical events on Native Americans. I think it's not just a picture, it's a really thoughtful way on what it means to be a Native American in a contemporary society. We don't know how it is to live in the society, and I think through pictures and films and poems, we can grasp a better understanding of what these people are going through. Moving on to the context, the picture taken by Jackson relates to our class and our course themes in many different ways. The mission bus itself is a symbol of representing culture disruption that Native Americans and communities have experienced for a very long time. By placing a contemporary Native man on this bus, Jackson highlights the ongoing impact of these historical processes on cultural identity or Native American culture. The image also represents and shows cultural appropriation and stereotypes. Jackson's work in general is a response to stereotypical representations of Native Americans. In the picture, he represents the portrayal of modern Native man challenging the view in a growing society. The man's combination of traditional and contemporary clothing can be seen as a form of resistance against the normal people's culture that he's sitting by. Lastly, I believe the picture taken by Zig Jackson represents survivance. The photo shows that the world keeps moving and changing, and the Native American culture and traditions are staying the same. In the photo, you can see adaptability of the Native identity in a modern setting. By resisting the stereotypical representation and reclaiming the culture narratives through self-representation, Jackson's work visually shows survivance. Zig Jackson said, "Culture is the most powerful thing you can have in art." Thank you.